is Tuesday night and we're back for another Football Manager stream with Rangers. Without any further ado, let's get into the stream. So, we left off last time where we've just taken over from Celtic at the top of the table. All thanks to a 6-0 thumping of Hibernian to finish off the last stream on Saturday night. We also beat Dundee twice in the League Cup final to lift our first trophy of the season, as well as beating them in the Premiership. We also beat Hearts and Inverness, drew with Gladbach, beat Celtic, which is just standard now for us as Rangers. Ross County, we did somehow slip up against St Mirren though. And Wolfsburg, but we recovered it. It didn't turn into a big dip in form, so we are able to continue pushing for that first league title. So we've got Trophy 1 out of the way. Tonight we've got a few fairly standard games in the Premiership with St Johnstone, Aberdeen and Kilmarnock, but we've got some really big games tonight. We have a visit from little old Man United before we go to Hamilton and hopefully smash them in the Scottish Cup 4th round before we go to France to play PSG. Guaranteed 29.25. His value is ridiculous. 7.75 million after 50 games. Yeah, I'm going to accept the offer. But let's get into the game and see how we get on. Kovacevic now with a great ball forward for Sarmiento, back for Isaacson, and that is the start we love to see. A goal inside 30 seconds, and we are well on our way on this Tuesday evening. And there's that forward ball for Isaacson to chase, and he gets in there before the centre-back, and that is 2. Referee's going to fiddle with his ear a little bit, but I'm fairly certain that was onside. There we go, that is 2-0. St Johnstone free kick now, and again, well cleared. Diamande has licence to run. Has he got the legs for it? He gets down that left wing, and he could put in a good ball. There are players in there waiting for him, and unfortunately, he doesn't get it past the first defender, but we do head it back into the mix. There's Diamande in for Isaacson, and that's the hat-trick. Okay, referee ear fiddling again, but once again, I think he's fine. And it is an Isaacson hat-trick. So I brought Isaacson in for this game and said I wanted to see him get some goals, and he's done exactly that. And that's for Madsbæk Sorensen with another goal this season. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lovely football there, and that ends in a cracking shot from the end of the box from Diamande. Some quick one-touch passing around the edge of the box until we find Diamande unmarked on the edge of the box, and he just rifles it in left-footed into the top corner. Easy, easy, easy. But, as ever, let's try and get as much as possible for him. That'll do. And Kozia Dubry is going. We are going to get an extra £9 million added on to our transfer budget. So, I think we accept that deal. We say thank you very much for your time. And we have a look and see what we've got in the dev centre to immediately bring up. So, we've got James Lennox, who has some potential and will eventually get there. So we're going to bring him straight up into the senior squad and give him a bit of game time. And in fact, I was talking about replacing Kozia Dubry with some kind of wonder kid. I think we've got one that's sitting right there. 3.5 up front. We'll offer 3 mil on instalments. Let's do 3.5 actually. Let's see what they think of that. Okay. Knock you down there, knock you down there, then we might have a deal. Excellent. Not interested, but he's more interested in joining Chelsea. That's understandable. Okay, let's see what happens there. and he's more interested in Atletico, but Atletico haven't made an offer yet. If we do something like that, perfect. In fact, we'll boost our Champions League contingent because he is 18, homegrown, so doesn't need to be registered. And this is a terrible start to the match. We've conceded in just a minute and 10 seconds, and that was some calamitous defending. Smicer just all at sea. Mikkelsen heading the ball out, and no right back to be seen. Lewis Payne just gone wandering there, and then Smicer comes out to do nothing. He just comes out to completely miss the ball. We might bring him off a little bit earlier than we would otherwise, but he should be able to at least complete 60 or so minutes. And we've been beaten by just a long ball over the top. And Duck, who, well, I think he scored 1 or 2 against us in our first game in Scotland as Rangers last season, has just put us to the sword there. Hi Joshy, welcome back. How are you doing? And yeah, we've absolutely been ruined there. Okay, we're going to go attacking and we're going to break the team. And we need to go and get some goals. And Aberdeen are keeping the ball a bit too much for my liking here. Hay down the left. In for McCrory. And oh, we are getting hammered. This is turning out to be quite embarrassing. See, I struggle actually. I think there are too many teams that I'd want to play as, so that's why I start doing the unemployed ones, because well, then it's not up to me anymore. It's almost like random. And Kovacevic does get one back for us against Aberdeen. Oh my goodness! Well, the game did try to warn me. It did try to warn me that Smicer was just a liability, and we are going to change him now. I think that's the first time in FM23 that I've subbed a goalkeeper. But that was utterly pathetic. Well, we did have that little wobble earlier in the season when we lost to Wolfsburg and St Mirren in consecutive games, and I thought, probably a bit naively, that was my mid-season slump. Obviously quite naive to think that would only last 2 games. I wonder whether this is it. I'm just going to accept 7 million. And Small rejects Granada. That's a shame. Okay, well, we'll offer him out again. Right, let's see if we can shake off that horrible loss away to Aberdeen. And go. Yeah, Kilmarnock, I think, do own the worst, because it's artificial, isn't it? Worst artificial pitch I've ever seen. And Colombo, that's the start we needed. Let's get goals early. It's his 39th goal of the season. We've only just tipped into January, and this man has goal number 39. At some point, he was wanted by Juventus, and I could imagine they're going to come in for him at some point. And Isaacson joins the party now, and we're banishing those demons quickly, which is good to see. Get us back in form, and just in time to go and find United. And good work in the midfield there, just to steal the ball back and just lump it over the top for Colombo, and that is 3. And James Lennox scores a goal on his first start for the club. That's my boy. I mean, I've slept on him a little bit. Probably should have got him up into the first team squad from the start of the season. And he's put over a delicious ball there as well. Colombo gets a perfect hat-trick. Left foot, right foot and a header. And it was Lennox who put in that very teasing ball there. Oh, and Lennox with another assist. He is absolutely running this game. Kilmarnock and United, two of the best teams in the world. Well, I mean, yeah, you've just seen how. I mean, that was total football from Kilmarnock. That's the standard that you expect to see. Oh, look at that. 18-year-old Bobby McDonnell just taking the mickey out of Kilmarnock there. So over 40 years ago, or nearly 40 years ago, I don't know when it was. It was probably sort of mid to late 80s, wasn't it? But yeah, nearly 40 years ago that someone other than Celtic or Rangers won the league. And when you consider, Rangers spent a number of years outside the top flight because of the insolvency business, no one got close to Celtic at all. Yeah, if you own something, you expect to get some sort of return on it, don't you? So it's not one that I could get on board with, but is it different because it's Manchester United, because it's that level of the game? And when you look around at, say, Man City, you look at PSG, where profits aren't really on the cards. It's a vanity project. Yeah, and I suppose that's got to rankle a bit. If they've not put a single penny into the club, they've not bought it to make the club better. They've bought it to try and make themselves some money, haven't they? And I guess I could definitely understand that. Yeah. No, I get that. I do get that. And generally, when there are a couple of circumstances, oh, come on. There are a couple of circumstances under which clubs get bought. One is someone who wants to invest and turn that club into a better version of themselves, or two, they're saving the club. It's a last ditch kind of thing. And then when you've got a sale like that, where they're just trying to do it to, I don't know, leverage more money, leverage loans from the bank, build up their asset portfolio without real consideration to what that asset is. In circumstances like that, I tend to side with the fans, even if I don't understand the full picture, because while you do get some fans who they're conspiracy theory addicts, and they're happy to look at their chairman as the devil. More often than not, there are nuggets of truth in there that actually, if you looked at that at your own club, you'd be really unhappy. So yeah, I tend to side with the fans anyway. But I think we spoke last time, didn't we, about my friend who's a Man United fan but has a season ticket for Charlton because, well, we need to go and get a second trophy to stay in their good books. Although I'd like to think my Champions League record has already got them quite excited. And there we go. That's the start. Perfect. We've seen an awful lot of very early goals just tonight. I think we've scored a few. We've conceded one. And Colombo looked offside there. He's shocked if that's not given. Yeah. Simples. Oh, that'd be a great lino. It makes a huge difference. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. When we finally get that second goal, I've been a little bit concerned that we weren't going to get there. We've been knocking on the door, and it very much had the feel of of an FM game. Having said that, well, it's offside. That's okay then. Right, let's go and get a third so I don't have to live in fear. Please. Please? Yep, come on. This is it. Goal number 3. There we go. With a helping hand from their goalkeeper, that's us. Through to 5th round, I think. Yeah, this is 4th. And there's another offside, I think. Linesman's got his flag up down here. And Murray does the job. Well, I think we actually have conceded this time. A little bit sloppy at the back there. Yilmaz now, a lovely ball through for Isaacson, and that looks onside. Yep. That's a cracking little goal. 2 more subs. Payne can come off for Samwars, and Shackleton can sit this one out. And have we conceded another goal? We have. And with 36 shots, 16 on target, we manage 5 goals, and we concede 2 to far too many shots in the end. Considering. And there we go. Our first and so far only signing of the transfer window. Joan Ridolfi comes in, and I think he's going to be an absolutely incredible option for us at right back. But Raskin is just another level. Yilmaz out on the left wing now. Good ball forward, but Hakimi does pick up on it. And now PSG have their chance to break. But Yates steals the ball in the middle of the PSG half. Diomande through for Colombo. And that's a very good save. We're showing ourselves once again not to be mugs. We did it against Man United. We matched them throughout the game, and we've done it against PSG here tonight. We are going into the first knockout stage. We can't qualify for the top 8, but we also can't drop below 24th or anywhere even close to that. So it's something of a dead rubber. And is Colombo offside there? It is something of a dead rubber, but to beat PSG would be a special occasion for us. And it is disallowed. That is a shame. The momentum feels like it's just swinging towards PSG here. Keeping the ball far better than they did in the first half, and now the quality starts to show through. Vidovic there, pouncing on the ball from Vinny, and well, all of our resistance has come to nothing. I mean, we still have the better of the XG. I would say that is box number 1 ticked off. We're going to bring on Raskin just for a couple of minutes. It's been a long time out for him, and I just want him to have another Champions League game. There we are. Well, it's unfortunate. Oh, he did get the work permit. Okay. Let's bring him in. And that is the end of the transfer window. So, we did some business, not a huge amount. We kept it fairly quiet in the end, just bringing in Joan Ridolfi and Oswaldo Storac. Oswaldo. Joan Ridolfi, an Argentinian who has 1 cap to his name and actually comes in as one of the better players in the club straight off the rip. At 21, still loads of potential to develop into. Probably one that I've bought to eventually sell. Is nominally a centre back, but at 5'10", he's never playing centre back in a team that I manage. I've brought him in primarily as a right back, but he can also do a job as a defensive midfielder. So, should we lose Raskin again, he could well fill in at that point. Oswaldo, 6'4" centre back, 18 years old, loads of potential, can develop a lot further. Is very much one for the future, but will probably challenge for a place in the squad in the next year or 2. And then in terms of sales, we sold Steve Kelly, who was yeah, really never going to make it in the squad. But most importantly, Amario Cozier-Dubry we sold to Panathinaikos for £9.5 million, so turning a very good profit on a player that Rangers brought in for free. Happy with that business. I think we've certainly not weakened the squad, and selling off Cozier-Dubry has pushed us to bring in James Lennox from the B team, and he has bags of potential, I think, and we'll certainly start to get some game time over this season to try to help him to develop. So I think we are going to call it a night there then. It's been another pleasurable stream. Thank you for everyone who's taken some time to sit and watch and come and chat with me. I really do appreciate it, and if you're not already following, please do follow so you get notified next time I go live. So, thank you very much everyone, and have a great evening.